The silence after rain. The rain had stopped. Not with a sudden hush or dramatic end, but with a gentle fading, like a song softly forgotten. The sky still hung heavy with clouds, low and slow, their bellies full of leftover light. The air shimmered in silence, not dry but no longer weeping, and the earth exhaled a scent only known to those who've walked alone just after the last drop has fallen. You stand at the edge of a quiet lane, your boots resting on damp stone, your hands tucked into warm fabric. Before you, the world stretches in muted color, greens deepened by rain, bark darkened, leaves washed clean and now still. Every branch above you seems to glisten, as if the trees had just woken from a long, teary dream. A single bird chirps from somewhere far off. Then quiet again. No wind. No chatter. Just the delicate sound of a leaf giving in to gravity, spiraling down through the open hush. You walk forward, not quickly, not slowly, just enough to feel the movement in your knees, the quiet give of softened earth beneath your steps. The lane curves gently to the left, then the right, then disappears between two low hills, as if inviting you without insisting. There is no goal, no destination, just a path and the moment you are in. To your left, a low stone wall follows beside you, covered in moss and speckled with lichen. You run your hand along it without thinking, the texture cool and welcoming. Every few paces, water drips from a crooked branch overhead, tapping the stone with a rhythm too slow to measure. A little further ahead, a wooden gate stands slightly ajar, the latch open as though it had been waiting for you. Beyond it lies a small garden, wild and soft, with soaking flower beds and uneven rows of herbs. At the far end is a tiny cottage, its roof sloping gently under the weight of ivy and old stories. The windows are fogged, glowing faintly from the fire inside. A wisp of smoke curls upward from the chimney, dissolving into the low sky. This place is not about life rushing forward. It's about life settling back. Letting go. Lying down beside you and closing its eyes. There are no expectations here. No voices calling your name. No moments waiting to be seized. Only the soft chorus of rest, earth, air, water, and silence, all moving around you, through you, as if your body itself had become part of the landscape. Your breath deepens. Your thoughts dissolve. You are no longer trying to sleep. You are sleep. The kind that doesn't come from exhaustion but from invitation. The kind that cradles you not because you're tired, but because the world has decided you've done enough, and now it will hold you for a while. Even time has drifted off. There is no beginning, no middle, no end. Only this, your body resting like stone warmed by sun, your mind floating like mist over quiet fields, and the earth beneath you still singing the faint, sacred song of the silence after rain. And deeper still you drift. ChatGPT. A soft rhythm pulses through the quiet land, like the gentle heartbeat of the world. You don't hear it so much as feel it, slow and steady, like the rocking of a boat on still water. It lulls you further, layer by layer, into the deepest corners of rest. Every breath you take is part of this rhythm now. Every thought dissolves before it can take shape. You are not remembering or planning. You are simply being. Somewhere in the distance, a wind chime stirs. Its tones are faint, like starlight made into sound, delicate and round, drifting on the breeze with no intention but to float. The breeze carries with it the scent of something warm and sweet, wood smoke from an unseen hearth, a hint of lavender from an overgrown path. These small things arrive without weight, like feathers landing on your skin. You welcome them without moving. You do not chase them. They pass through you like light through water. Beneath you, the earth has grown even softer, as if it too is sleeping. You couldn't count the seconds if you tried. There is only now. Then another now. And another. Each one softer than the last. And in this softness, you drift deeper still. Beyond names, beyond thoughts. You are not a person here. You are rest, given shape. You are stillness, wrapped in breath. You are the silence that came after the rain, and you are the rain's gentle memory. The earth remembers. The sky watches. And you sleep. Somewhere far away, though not so far that you can't feel it, A stream winds slowly through the trees, its water moving over stones smoothed by time. The sound of it reaches you like a whisper through layers of dreams. It doesn't call for your attention, it simply exists, like a lullaby playing from behind a closed door. You lie motionless, yet somehow you feel everything. The earth beneath your body, warm where the sun has touched it, cool where the shade lingers. The air, soft as silk, brushes your cheeks and rustles the nearby leaves with the gentlest of fingers. Even the sky, high and endless, seems to press softly downward, wrapping you in the vast quiet of morning. A bird coos in a nearby tree, its song long and low, like a breath held too long and then finally let go. Then silence. No reply. The trees do not argue. The wind does not answer. This is a place where even sound knows how to rest. You shift slightly, not out of discomfort, but because your body has forgotten the need to move. It stirs only to remind you it's still here, still safe, still wrapped in the arms of peace. The blanket covering you adjusts with you, its weight comforting, like the memory of someone who once sat beside you, quietly, for hours, saying nothing. Above, clouds drift like thoughtless dreams. Light filters through them in long, slow beams, bathing the meadow in a golden hush. The air has the scent of something growing, green and sweet and alive, but not too alive. A soft hum rises from the earth, barely a sound, more a sensation, like a lullaby remembered in your bones. It moves through the soil, the roots, the stones, and into you, a quiet rhythm echoing through your limbs and settling behind your closed eyes. You don't open them. You don't need to. The world has become something you feel, not something you see. The trees shift with a sigh. A slow breeze curls through their branches, brushing against the leaves with fingers made of air. It doesn't stir you, it soothes you. Every movement in this place is made for comfort. Nothing jars, nothing pulls. You remain still, perfectly still, breathing like the hills breathe, dreaming like the sky dreams. Above, the sun continues to rise, golden and slow. It does not rush. It has all the time in the world, just like you do. Its light pools gently over the meadow, warming the mist until it lifts in silken strands, revealing more of the world in hushes and glows. Tiny insects flicker in that golden haze, their wings catching the light like flecks of glass. They dance in the quiet air, drawn to warmth, not noise. Everything here is slow. Everything here is soft. You begin to forget what noise felt like, what hurry meant, what it was to brace yourself. Here you unfold, quietly, completely, like petals in the early sun. And in this unfolding, there is no effort, only permission. You are not expected to wake. You are not asked to listen. You are only held by the grass, by the blanket, by the breeze, by the light. Even your dreams have slowed now. They come like single images, clear, calm, floating by like lanterns on still water. A willow tree swaying at the edge of a pond. A lantern swinging in the dark. A hand dipping into cool water. No stories. No plot. Just moments of peace. Time stretches like taffy, long and weightless. The soft pulse of your breath matches the gentle rhythm of the meadow awakening around you. Each inhale carries the delicate scent of damp earth and blooming wildflowers, while each exhale releases the last traces of tension from your body. You feel as if you are part of the very fabric of this place, woven into the grass, the trees, and the light that filters softly through the morning haze. The distant sound of a brook babbling over smooth stones blends seamlessly with the whisper of leaves stirred by a barely there breeze. These sounds are neither loud nor demanding, but tender and constant, like a lullaby sung just for you by the world itself. The sky above stretches wide and endless, painted with soft hues of rose and lavender. A few wisps of cloud drift slowly, moving with such grace and ease that time feels suspended. The sun, still low on the horizon, sends warm fingers of light that slowly reach to touch the earth and gently coax it awake. You feel the comforting weight of the blanket wrapped around you, soft and warm like a tender embrace. Your muscles relax further, sinking deeper into rest as your mind drifts on the edges of consciousness, neither awake nor fully asleep, but floating in that delicate space where worries dissolve and peace prevails. Nearby, The flutter of a bird's wings breaks the stillness for a brief moment, then settles into quiet once more. The creature's gentle presence is a quiet reminder of life moving at its own perfect pace, undisturbed and serene. As you lie there, embraced by the meadow and the morning light, the world's cares slip away. You are free here, free to rest, to breathe, to simply be. The silence after rain has wrapped around you like a soft shawl, and in its embrace, you find a deep, unshakable calm. The whisper of the breeze and the soft murmur of the meadow guiding you ever deeper into serenity. The meadow breathes with you now, a living, gentle presence beneath your skin and within your soul. Each blade of grass, each petal kissed by the morning light, pulses softly in time with your heartbeat, as if nature itself is singing a lullaby meant only for you. The warmth of the rising sun filters through the canopy, dappling the earth with golden spots that dance quietly across the landscape. In this serene space, your mind is free from the tangled webs of worry and noise. Instead, it wanders like a lazy river, meandering slowly without urgency or expectation. Memories drift in and out like autumn leaves carried by the breeze, soft, familiar, but never heavy. You acknowledge them gently and let them go, knowing that here, in this moment, you are safe and still. A family of deer appears at the edge of the trees, stepping carefully into the clearing. They move with a grace that seems almost sacred, their eyes calm and wise. They pause briefly, as if sensing your presence, then continue on their path, disappearing softly into the forest's embrace. Their silent journey is a reminder that life flows quietly here, unhurried and peaceful. The air hums with a gentle warmth, filled with the scents of honey and wildflowers. You breathe deeply, letting the fragrances fill your senses and lull you into an even deeper state of rest. Your body sinks further into the soft earth beneath you, as if cradled by the very heart of the meadow. Above, the sky shifts gently, the soft blues of morning blending with lingering twilight. The silence is profound yet comforting, a perfect balance between stillness and life. Every breath you take connects you more deeply to this quiet world, this moment of perfect peace. And as your eyelids close once again, you drift, weightless, timeless, utterly serene, into the boundless embrace of sleep. Your eyelids grow heavier, fluttering like delicate petals closing for the night. The soft light dims to a tender glow, and the world around you fades into a serene blur. Time slows to a gentle pulse, measured only by the steady beat of your heart and the whispering breath of the earth. Here, in this endless moment of stillness, you are free. Free to let go, free to rest, free to dream without end. And as the meadow sighs softly beneath the morning sky, you drift, ever deeper into the warm, quiet ocean of sleep. The soft hum of the earth cradles you as the first light of dawn begins to tint the horizon with pale shades of pink and gold. The mist that once clung to the meadow starts to lift gently, revealing dew-kissed blades of grass that shimmer like scattered jewels. Each drop holds a promise of renewal, a quiet invitation to awaken slowly, without hurry or worry. Birdsong begins to weave its delicate tapestry through the still air, chirps and whistles so gentle they seem part of a dream rather than a waking world. The melody is tender, a lullaby composed by nature itself, coaxing you to linger a little longer in this sanctuary of peace. Beneath the soft light, the trees stand like silent sentinels, their leaves whispering secrets only the wind can carry. The scent of pine and fresh earth fills the air, grounding you in the present moment, inviting a deep breath, a deep release. You feel the steady rise and fall of your chest, the warmth of your body blending seamlessly with the cool morning air. There is no need to move, no need to open your eyes. Here, suspended between night and day, you are wrapped in a cocoon of calm. Your thoughts dissolve into the gentle rhythms around you. The world is quiet, and in this quiet, you find a sanctuary, a place where your soul can rest, rejuvenate, and simply be. As the sun continues its slow climb, you float effortlessly in this peaceful space. You feel yourself drifting, carried on a tide of silence that stretches beyond the meadow, beyond the stars, beyond the reach of all sound. The world has hushed itself for you, a sacred pause, where nothing exists but this moment, and you, embraced by peace. A single drop of water falls somewhere nearby, soft, clear, echoing faintly in the quiet. It lands on a leaf, then rolls off, beginning a slow journey to join the earth. You listen to it as if it were a heartbeat, steady and true, grounding you in the here and now. You are not awake, but not quite asleep either. You are in the gentle space between, the place where dreams are born, where time dissolves, where rest is a deep, endless ocean. With each breath, you let go a little more. With each beat of your heart, you float a little farther. You become part of the silence, and the silence becomes part of you. And there, in the quiet hush that follows the rain, you find yourself utterly, completely at peace. The gentle stillness surrounds you, wrapping you in a quiet embrace that seems to stretch beyond the boundaries of the meadow and into the vastness of the night itself. The air is cool and fresh, carrying faint traces of rain-soaked earth and the delicate fragrance of wildflowers that bloom in hidden corners. Each breath you take draws this peace deeper into your lungs, filling you with a calm warmth that spreads slowly through your body. Above, the sky is a vast canvas of deep indigo, dotted with shimmering stars that twinkle softly, their light diffused by the lingering mist. Clouds drift lazily across the heavens, moving with a grace so slow and fluid it feels as if time itself has paused to watch their dance. The moon, a pale guardian, casts a gentle glow that filters through the leaves, painting soft silver patterns on the ground. And you, at last, are entirely, perfectly here. The darkness around you is not empty, but full of soft shadows that stretch and fold like velvet drapes drawn slowly closed. Each fold hides a quiet secret, a gentle promise that nothing will disturb you here. The air is thick with calm, settling like a warm blanket over your skin, quieting every nerve, every thought. Your body lies heavy and light all at once, sinking softly into the bed beneath you as if the earth itself had risen to hold you. The wooden beams overhead seem to hum faintly with the memory of the rain, a low, soothing vibration that blends with the slow rhythm of your breath. Outside, the meadow is a sea of darkness, but you can almost feel the grass whispering beneath the stars, each blade softly rubbing against its neighbor like an unspoken lullaby. Somewhere far off, a single owl calls out, its voice distant and mellow, perfectly at ease in the stillness. Your eyelids flutter, the last flickers of wakefulness dissolving like mist under the morning sun. Thoughts no longer form words. They drift away like fallen leaves on a gentle stream. You do not hold on to them, nor do you chase them. They are free to float, and so are you. There is no hurry here, no urgency, no expectation. Just the slow, steady pulse of life flowing around and through you, like the lingering warmth after a fire has died down. You feel your muscles relax even deeper, your heart slowing to match the silent song of the earth. A faint scent of damp earth and wildflowers rises in the cool air, soothing and familiar. It wraps around you like a soft caress, a reminder of all the quiet mornings before dawn, when the world is still holding its breath. The gentle sway of the lantern beside your bed casts flickering shadows that dance lazily along the wooden walls. Each movement is slow, deliberate, like a slow breath in the night, inviting you to let go further, to sink deeper. You are not falling asleep. You are becoming something quieter. Your fingers curl slightly, not from tension, but from release. They have let go of everything. You could lift your arm if you tried, but you don't try. There's no need. This rest is complete. Around the edges of your thoughts, images begin to form again, not like waking thoughts, but softer, rounder, gentler. A lantern flickering beside a mossy stream. The curve of a path you've walked in a dream. A doorway standing open, warm light spilling onto wet stone. You do not reach for them. They pass by on their own, like leaves floating downstream. You only drift with them. The scent in the air deepens now, earth after rain, pine warmed by old sun, something herbal and soothing that reminds you of chamomile and mint. Every breath you take brings more of it into your body. It settles in your chest, in your bones, in your blood. Even your heartbeat, soft, slow, steady, seems to be beating in time with the trees. You have not moved in what could be hours. You do not need to. Somewhere in the high branches, dew gathers on a single leaf until it drops. You hear it land in the grass. You do not open your eyes. Because you are not curious now. You are not waiting for something to happen. You are what is happening. You are rest. You are breath. You are the hush that comes after everything else is done. A cloud drifts across the stars, dimming them slightly. The lantern near your bed dims too, as if following their lead. The shadows grow longer, deeper, kinder. And still, you are not afraid of the dark. Because this darkness is soft. This darkness is made of sleep. In the distance, water flows. It always has. It always will. You turn your face slightly into the pillow and sigh, not from sadness or worry, but because even breathing feels like something beautiful to do slowly. Even sleep, here, does not need to hurry. The night holds you like an old friend. The world outside is forgotten. Sleep is not a door you walked through, it's a current you slipped into without noticing. And now it carries you. Not quickly, not with force, but gently. A warm current beneath you, a starlit sky above, and no sound but the hush of the world forgetting its own name for a little while. You are not alone. You are with the silence. And the silence, finally, is with you. There is no clock here. No measure of how long you've been lying beneath the stars, wrapped in warmth, cradled by quiet. Time, if it exists at all, is just a gentle rhythm now, marked only by the rise and fall of your chest, the soft pulse of your body resting deeply into the earth. The air has thickened just slightly, in the way it does before dawn, though no sun rises yet. It is still night, still endless. And in this part of the world, the dark doesn't feel empty. It feels full. Full of calm, full of space, full of sleep. Your mind is like the surface of a still pond now, smooth, unmoving, undisturbed by thought. What used to rise like ripples, concerns, tasks, memories, has sunk. They're resting on the bottom, weightless, forgotten. Nothing floats now but peace. A bird calls from somewhere in the trees, but softly, like it's speaking through a dream. One note. Then silence again. That silence is a companion. It does not press in on you. It surrounds you gently, like mist, like warm fog, like the breath of someone who loves you deeply and doesn't need to speak to be near. The shelter around you, the beams, the linen, the roof of bound branches, is not just a place. It feels like a memory you never made. As though you've always known it, always been meant to return here, even if you didn't know where, here, was. The wooden floor beneath your bed holds your weight easily, as though it, too, has grown drowsy. Everything has become slow. Even the breeze is too relaxed to move. The air has cooled slightly. Just enough for the blanket to feel even warmer. Your hands rest gently over your stomach, palms open, fingers curved as if they too have fallen asleep. You can't remember the last time you moved. You don't need to. Every part of you is already resting. The scent of something sweet drifts into the shelter. Maybe jasmine. Maybe rain-soaked cedar. Maybe the ghost of someone's perfume from long ago, caught in the folds of the trees. You don't need to name it. You only need to breathe it in. And you do. Slowly. Deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Like waves on a shore so calm, the tide barely shifts. You are a boat at anchor, gently rocked by nothing more than time's own heartbeat. And even that is slower now. Around you, the trees seem taller. Or maybe you're just sinking lower into the earth. Either way, you feel smaller, in the most peaceful way. Not diminished. Just held. Cradled. As if the world itself has gathered around you and said, "It's all right. Rest." And you do. A few fireflies blink near the shelter's edge. Their glow is faint and pulsing, like stars that wandered down for a moment to keep you company. You watch them dance, lazily, like they too are close to sleep. Above you, the stars begin to turn. You can't see them moving, but you know they are, slow and patient, dragging the sky across the night. Their quiet movement is reassuring. Everything is happening, just as it should. And you don't need to be anywhere but here. The pillow beneath you has molded to the exact shape of your rest. The fabric is no longer something you lie on, it's something that has become part of you. A second skin, a cloud spun from sleep. And now, thoughts are no longer even thoughts. They are glimmers. Flecks. Small lights floating through the dark. You do not follow them. You do not catch them. You let them drift, slow, soft, aimless. You are so far from the beginning now. So deep in the quiet. So far from needing to return. Perhaps a rabbit, or a field mouse. It scurries, then stops. You hear its tiny heartbeat against the earth. The forest listens. Then it moves on. There is no tension left in your limbs. Your fingers rest like leaves that have finally fallen. Your shoulders are weightless. Your legs heavy as stone. Sleep is not coming. It is already here. It arrived when the rain stopped. When the earth exhaled. When the fire first crackled. When your breath matched the rhythm of the land. And now you are part of it. You are not lying in the meadow anymore. You are the meadow. You are the fog. You are the bell. You are the quiet that follows a storm and asks for nothing in return. There is a silence, somewhere just ahead, more complete than this. A hush so deep that even dreams whisper. And you're almost there. So close. Just drift a little more. Let go a little more. Let the story fade behind you, like the rain fading from the eaves. There is nothing left to hear. Nothing left to do. Only the stillness, and you, floating through it like a feather in the hush. The world around you has no hard lines now. Everything is soft. Blurred. The edges of trees, the folds of the blanket, even the sky itself, all of it has melted slightly, like warm wax pooling beneath a candle flame. You are no longer just in the moment. You are the moment. Somewhere far away, thunder grumbles, not the sharp, angry kind, but the low echo of a storm long past, now drifting over distant hills. It reminds you of how far you've come. How long it's been since the first raindrops touched the earth. How every sound since then has led you gently here. And here is exactly where you're meant to be. The lantern by your side gives a soft pop and then steadies, its glow now a faint golden hush, like a memory more than a light. You barely notice the flicker. You're far beneath the surface now, in that quiet, weightless place beneath thinking, beneath planning, beneath even dreaming. It speaks to no one in particular. And yet it soothes you, as if the water knows you're here. You remain in the same place, the quiet shelter in the open meadow, but the boundaries between place and dream are melting. You are no longer sure if you're lying down or floating. You are not asleep, not awake, just somewhere in between, wrapped in warmth, kissed by air, remembered by the world. Clouds drift above, silver and slow. They move like thoughts you no longer need to think. Some are heavy with shadow, others pale as parchment. None of them rush. None of them block the stars. They are simply there, companions to the night. The ground beneath you breathes. You can feel it, if only slightly, a low, patient rising and falling, as if the meadow itself were asleep. Trees stretch beyond the edges of the clearing, tall and still, their trunks glowing softly in the starlight. They stand not as watchers, but as gentle keepers of rest. Somewhere beyond the trees, an old bell rings once. You don't know where it came from. You don't know who rang it. But the sound is perfect, round and soft, like the note of a lullaby that's been ringing across the years. It fades before you can chase it. You don't need to chase it. You already know what it means. Nothing is expected of you now. No decisions. No doing. No noise. Only being. And even that, only barely. A warm breeze passes again, sweeping through the tall grass with a hush like a sigh. The lantern beside your bed flickers once, then dims slightly. You don't open your eyes. There's no need. Everything you could want to see, you can feel now. The muscles behind your eyes are loose. Your jaw is soft. Your chest rises without effort. The world is so quiet that even the space inside your thoughts is padded with silence. Words float in and out, but none take shape. You are no longer the storyteller here. The story is breathing you. Somewhere nearby, a small creature stirs beneath the underbrush. Maybe you've been here before, not in body, but in spirit. Maybe this isn't the first time the rain has led you here. In your half-dreaming state, images float past like drifting smoke, the reflection of stars on wet stone, a candle flickering in an old window, the sound of boots on a rain-slicked bridge. the feel of warm bread in your hands beside a fire. None of them connect. None of them belong to a single life. And yet they all feel like yours. You do not question them. You do not chase them. You let them come and go, like clouds passing overhead. The body relaxes deeper. Bones heavy. Muscles undone. Even the skin begins to quiet. There is no boundary between you and the world anymore. The cool air rests on your cheeks. The scent of the meadow breathes beside you. Your breath and the earth's breath are now the same. You feel sleep not as a fall but as a settling. Like dust returning to the ground. Like snowflakes deciding to stay. There is no edge. No cliff. No dark. Only the blur between wakefulness and rest. And you are within it, wrapped in it, one with it. A final gust of wind moves gently through the clearing. It bends the tall grass in a slow wave, rustles the leaves, lifts the corners of your blanket, then calms. And when it stills again, everything is more silent than before. So quiet that even dreams grow soft. So still that even time must pause to listen. And in that pause you vanish. Not lost. Not gone. But fully here, fully held, fully asleep. Somewhere in the distance, a creek murmurs. Not loudly. Just a soft, steady whisper through stones and moss. A voice older than any language. Its rhythm is slow, barely there, like the pulse in your wrist when everything else has gone still. The sound reaches you not through your ears, but through the soles of your feet, the curve of your spine, the cradle of your breath. Time stretches now, like a ribbon pulled endlessly through twilight. You do not feel hours passing. You do not feel minutes ticking by. You are outside of time's river, resting on its banks, watching the currents slide by like silver silk. There is no tide pulling at you, no weight urging you to move forward. Just stillness. Just breath. The bed beneath you holds steady, as though it were grown from the earth itself. And perhaps it was. The blankets feel not like fabric but like fields. Fields of moss and meadow and memory. You are swaddled in the landscape, wrapped gently in the story the rain left behind. A scent lingers in the air now. Something faint and familiar. The trace of wet stone, of pine bark warmed by fire, of honey tea left cooling on a wooden table. It does not intrude. It simply is, like everything else here. Far above, a breeze turns through the leaves. It does not rustle or cry. It brushes. It glides. It sighs. And as it passes through the tall grass at the edge of the meadow, it carries with it the voices of 1,000 raindrops, not in sound, but in sensation. Their memory lingers in the roots, in the hollow logs, in the way the ground hums beneath you. You are lying on a song, one sung long before you arrived, one that will continue long after you are gone. A single feather floats down from the darkness. Maybe from a bird you cannot see. It catches in the air, dances for a moment above you, and lands softly beside your pillow. It is so light, so effortless, that even gravity seems reluctant to disturb it. You close your eyes again. There is nothing more to see. You have seen enough. Now you listen. Not for sound, but for stillness. Not for music, but for rhythm. And it is there, in the pause between your heartbeats, in the weightless way your chest rises and falls. Your breath becomes wind. Your thoughts become mist. You dissolve. The meadow holds you, as though it had been waiting for you to return. And maybe you have. Stretching wide. Your fingers twitch once. Then still. A thought forms, but dissolves before it reaches language. It doesn't matter. You do not need words. Here, you are beyond words. Beyond the naming of things. There is only the knowing. The soft being. You feel, very faintly, the sensation of floating. Not upward, not sideways, just slightly outside the tightness of the body. As though you've become light enough to rise through the seams of your skin. The earth doesn't resist. It lets you drift. It wants you to drift. Even the sound of your heartbeat, slow and steady, begins to melt into the hush. You are not falling asleep. You are becoming sleep. The fox is long gone now. A night bird coos from a tree across the clearing. Once. Then twice. Then silence. The wooden beams of the shelter creak once, gently, like the exhale of a breath too big to hold. The lantern hanging nearby sways just a little, catching a tiny breeze. Its flame flickers, then steadies, casting a slow dancing glow across your sleeping form. You are here. Not in time. Not in space. But here, where breath meets quiet. Where rain becomes memory. Where silence takes you in its arms and never lets go. You do not remember how you arrived. You do not think about when you must leave. You only know this. The world is not asking anything of you right now. There is nothing to fix. Nothing to earn. Nothing to prove. You have earned your rest. You are welcome here. You are safe. A breeze rolls across the meadow, just once, like a lullaby written in air. It brushes your skin, kisses your forehead, and is gone. And you are still. You are more still than the trees, more quiet than the stars, more peaceful than the breeze between clouds. You are no longer watching the sky. You are part of it now. Sleep deeper. Drift farther. Sink gently into the quiet space where even dreams sleep. Your limbs grow heavy. Your heartbeat slows. And somewhere beyond the meadow, beyond the trees, beyond the sky, something sighs in return, as if the universe has accepted your surrender to rest. The night is thick with quiet, but it is not empty. It hums gently around you, like the inside of a seashell, filled with soft, forgotten echoes. Every part of the meadow has surrendered to the stillness. The grass no longer sways, the dew no longer falls, and even the stars above you seem to rest in place. You remain in the low wooden shelter, cocooned in warmth. The blanket is pulled just enough over your chest. The air brushes gently against your skin like a memory you can almost place. You don't move. You don't need to. Your body knows what to do in this kind of peace. The pillow beneath your head doesn't push or shape you. It simply exists, like a cloud that happened to meet you where you fell. Somewhere, near the edge of the clearing, a fox pads silently through wet grass. You do not see it. But you feel its presence, the gentle shift of energy as the earth acknowledges another traveler. It doesn't come near, doesn't need to. You share this space together in quiet agreement. This is sacred ground, for sleeping in silence, for remembering how not to rush. Above you, the sky deepens into indigo. No longer blue, not quite black, that soft, velvety nothingness that holds light without needing to shine it. More stars appear. Dozens. Then hundreds. Some blink softly. Others do not. A constellation drifts overhead slowly, like it too is about to fall asleep. You are aware of your breath. It rises and falls in long, gentle waves. No urgency. No effort. Just movement. Inhale, slow and round. Exhale, low and empty. And with each breath, a little more of the world outside fades. Not disappears, fades. Like ink slowly washing from a page. Like a story choosing to rest between chapters. There is nothing to read now. Nothing to follow. Only the space between thoughts. Revealing a meadow bathed in mist. The grass here is tall and swaying, each blade tipped with droplets that catch the starlight. The air is cooler now, and sweeter. It smells of lavender and pine, of old books and new rain, of sleep. In the center of the meadow is a wooden structure, not a house, not a cabin, more like a covered platform, built for nothing but resting. It has no walls, just beams, and a roof made from branches and twine. Inside, a wide bed of thick linen and wool blankets awaits, untouched by time or dust. A lantern hangs from a post nearby, flickering so gently it might vanish at any moment. You step into the shelter. The wood beneath your feet makes no sound. The bed receives you with a warmth that seems to rise from within the fabric itself. It is not like any bed you've known. It does not hold you, it merges with you. The pillow beneath your head feels like the inside of a cloud. Above, the sky opens fully, no longer obscured by leaves or roof. The stars are clearer now, and closer. One of them moves slowly across the sky, a quiet arc of silver, disappearing behind a veil of mist. You close your eyes. Not to shut out the world, but to feel it more fully. Inside, you find a quiet so complete, so honest, that even your thoughts begin to whisper. You are no longer remembering or planning. You are simply here, wrapped in stillness, folded into the rhythm of a world that asks nothing of you but rest. The silence after rain is not just the absence of sound, it is the return of stillness. It is the earth exhaling. It is the forest listening. It is the body remembering what peace feels like. And you, lying here beneath stars that blink in soft rhythm, are part of that peace. You are not falling asleep. You are dissolving into it. The breeze shifts. A single owl calls in the distance, not as a warning, but as a lullaby. A note passed between trees. A goodnight whispered to the world. Your breath deepens again. You don't know how long you've been lying beside the pool. Time, here, is neither linear nor concerned with hours. It moves like water seeps into roots, slowly, without edges. The stars have multiplied above you, scattered like grains of light tossed across velvet. The longer you gaze upward, the more you feel yourself drifting inward. There is no urgency, no sense of needing to return. You are not waiting for something. You are already within it. The trees stand tall and silent around the clearing, like gentle guardians. Their trunks are thick and dark, their leaves barely moving, as if holding their breath so as not to wake you. The forest is at rest, not asleep, not alert, but still, like the heart of a story that knows it needn't rush toward a conclusion. A quiet hum rises from the ground beneath you. At first, you think it is your own breath echoing in your chest, but no, it is the earth. Alive. Breathing with you. Matching you. Slowing you. Every heartbeat is softer than the last, every breath longer, rounder, quieter. Nearby, a branch gives way, dropping a small cluster of rain-soaked leaves to the forest floor. They land with a gentle hush, as if the trees themselves are tucking in for the night. You watch as a firefly blinks lazily near your shoulder, then arcs upward and disappears into the twilight. You sit up again, not because you must, but because the world invites you to see something more. Across the pool, on the far side of the clearing, a soft path glows faintly, not lit by any lantern or moonlight, but by some quiet memory that waits to be remembered. You rise and walk toward it, every step light, every movement part of the silence. The path narrows, curving through trees that lean together overhead. The canopy forms a tunnel of shadow and silver light, and with every step, you feel the weight of the waking world grow lighter. It slips from your shoulders like a coat you forgot you were wearing. Soon, the trees open once more. But the light has faded into that soft, glowing blue that appears only when the sky hasn't yet decided whether to sleep. You step out. The forest beyond the cottage is close, but not dense. The trees are spaced just far enough to let the path wind gently between them. Your feet follow it without effort. The ground is soft, not muddy, forgiving. Fallen leaves squish beneath your soles, their colors richer after the rain, deep reds, bold ochres, and soft browns, like the inside of a walnut shell. Above you, the sky is dappled with the first hints of stars. They don't twinkle. They blink slowly, patiently, waiting. A bird lifts off a nearby branch, flutters for a moment, then rests again. No urgency. Just being. The trail leads you to a small clearing. In the center, a pool of still water reflects the sky perfectly, so perfectly, in fact, that you hesitate. It feels less like a pond and more like a doorway, flat and silent, reflecting not just the world above, but the world within. You sit at its edge. The grass is damp, but you do not mind. You dip a hand into the water, not cold, not warm, just there. The surface ripples gently, but no fish dart away. No frogs scatter. The silence is complete, yet alive. Your thoughts drift. Not with direction, but like clouds, light, slow, without burden. Images come and go. Faces. Trees. Places you may never have been. Feelings without names. The rain may have stopped hours ago, or maybe days. Here, it no longer matters. You lie back, the moss beneath you forming a cradle. Your breath slows. The pool reflects the sky, but you no longer need to look. You feel the stars above you, and below you, and within you. This is the silence after rain. Not absence, but presence. Not emptiness, but peace. And in this space, in this gentle hush the world left behind, you are free to rest. To not finish the thought. To not complete the sentence. To let go. The wet leaves no longer drip, but hold still, their edges heavy with silence. A few birds murmur in distant hedges, voices low and unsure, like children unsure whether to speak yet. You listen. And in the quiet, you realize that there is a rhythm. Not a song, not a melody, but a kind of heartbeat stitched into the air. It pulses through the earth, through the floor, through your chest. Not something you must follow, something you've always been part of. Your fingers trace the carved edge of the armrest, smooth from use. Someone before you sat here, many times. Maybe hundreds of times. Perhaps even on nights just like this. After other storms. After other endings. The wood remembers. The air remembers. A soft thump draws your gaze toward the back of the cottage. A small window there reveals a flicker of movement, a pale curtain drifting, then still again. Beyond it, nothing but trees, trunks blackened by rain, branches sharp against the soft gray sky. You rise slowly, and your feet make no sound on the floorboards. You wander toward the back room, led not by curiosity, but by the hush of the house inviting you in. The room is narrow, with bookshelves lining both walls. Every book looks untouched for years. Dustless yet old. The kind of books no one writes anymore. The kind that feel like dreams pressed into paper. You run a finger along the spine of one. There is no title. You open it. The pages contain not words, but pressed flowers. Hundreds of them. One per page. Labeled only by season and place. Spring, under the elm. Late summer, edge of the creek. Autumn, after the frost. You keep turning. After rain, Elder Hollow. You pause. You don't remember knowing that name. But the moment you read it, you feel it. Like something folded inside your memory, now unfolding. You place the book back and turn toward the back door. It opens with the smallest sound. The air outside is cool and damp, but calm. The fog has not returned. No one comes to the door. No one needs to. The door opens with a soft sigh, and you step into warmth that feels like memory. Inside, everything glows amber. The fire crackles low. A kettle hums from the stove, steam curling toward the beams of the wooden ceiling. There is a chair by the hearth. A quilt folded neatly across it. A small table holding a cup you don't remember placing, but one you somehow knew would be waiting. You sit. And the chair welcomes you. Outside, the rain has fully gone. Only the trees remember. You breathe. Inhale, soft, earthy, warm. Exhale, long, slow, empty. No thought pushes forward. No need to speak. You simply are. A log shifts in the fire. Embers settle like stars in a quiet sky. You sip the warm tea. It tastes like chamomile, or maybe lavender. Or maybe it tastes like nothing at all. Just heat, and calm, and weightlessness. You close your eyes, not to sleep but to listen. To the quiet after the storm. To the house settling. To the heartbeat of the world beneath you. In the walls, the wood creaks like a whisper. Outside, a drop of water falls from an overhanging leaf, lands on stone. A bird rustles its wings. Then, silence again. The silence after rain is unlike any other. It is not empty. It is full of memory, of breath, of the pause between thoughts. And in that pause you drift. Not forward. Not backward. Just away. The chair beneath you does not creak when you shift. It simply receives you, as if it has always known how to shape itself around the quiet weight of a tired body. You lean back. The quilt slides over your lap, warm but not heavy, like the touch of late afternoon sun. The fire dances in hushed orange, its flames licking lazily at the logs, casting gentle shadows that sway across the wooden floor. Somewhere above, the roof groans softly, old and content. Everything breathes. The cottage, the walls, even the tea cooling in the cup beside you. Outside, the world is dimming. Not growing darker, just softer. And now, as the last traces of twilight give way to soft morning light, the world around you holds perfectly still. Not frozen, not paused, just deeply, completely calm. It's the kind of calm that asks nothing of you. No answers. No effort. Only that you stay, just a little longer in this hush. The breeze no longer moves the trees, it has curled into stillness, content to rest like you. The sky stretches wide and pale above, not watching, not waiting, simply existing in quiet tandem with your breath. And that breath, slow, deep, steady, is the only sound that matters now. A final bird sings from a distant branch, one long, low note that dissolves into the air like mist. Even it knows, this is the time for silence, for surrender, for slipping entirely into peace. You lie where you are, unmoving, not because you can't move, but because there's nowhere you need to go. Every part of you is exactly where it's meant to be. The worries of the world, the edges of thought, the weight of remembering, all have lifted. Like fog burned away by the rising sun, they are gone. And in their place, only this. A warm body resting on soft earth. A heart beating in rhythm with the trees. A mind cradled in stillness. And a soul wrapped in the silence after rain. So let go. Sink. Sleep. You are home now. And home will wait. Always.